NZ Warriors family, massive game this weekend up against the dirty old Storms. We haven't beaten them in 10 years. 16 straight games they've beaten us in 11 years since we've beaten them in Melbourne. This is a huge game in the context of our season. If we can somehow get up against these bastards, it will really set us on a great trajectory for the rest of the season. Who would have thought we'd be sitting up here in 4th position after 5 rounds? Storm's up in 3rd, so very similar position for both teams. You'd have to argue they've done a little bit better, scoring 142 points and 24 tries versus our 84 points and just 15 tries. But looking at the defenses, we've only conceded 76 points and they've conceded 80. So I think we've got a lot to be hopeful for going into this game, but we're definitely going to have to figure out how to score a few more points. They've had 25 line breaks versus our 14. That's going to be something we have to contain this week. But we are creating opportunities, guys, with 135 tackle breaks, 10 more than the Storm. The key to those is how we convert them. I think we need to get those offloads going this weekend like we did against the Storms in that trial in Hamilton. Get that second phase going a little bit more because I think that's where we've got a slight chance because it's going to be tough to break down their structured defense. While the Storm are leading us in a lot of the key attacking stats, there are areas of the game that we're doing significantly better, particularly in meters gained and post-contact meters. We've run for 7,295 meters. That's an average of 1,823 meters a game. That leads the way in the NRL right now. And for post-contact meters, we've run for a total of 2,544 meters. That's an average of 636 post-contact meters, which also leads the competition. We're getting momentum, we're getting field position, we're able to win the middle, we're getting some fast plays of the ball. Wade Egan able to exploit that momentum. He's been running outstanding out of dummy half. We've got to get our swift guys like Tane and Luke Metcalf running off Egan. Like I said, play like we played against them in Hamilton in that trial game. We showed what we could do when we threw that ball around a little bit. I hope we can repeat that this weekend. If we can get more second phase play from his dummy half runs, I think we have an opportunity to cut these guys up. We've seen a couple of those tries that Luke scored off the back of those runs. We've definitely got the speed to do it if we use it right. Off the back of all that momentum, we're also right up the top with 85% completion rate. The Storm's just 77%. And this is another area that we have an advantage over the Storm this year, is we have the least errors of anyone in the NRL, and we're also conceding some of the least penalties per game. In both categories, the Storm not doing overly well, but there is one risk to that. It means we're playing conservative football. The Storm throwing the ball around a little bit more, so they make the odd mistake, but they're able to capitalise on a lot of their opportunities. So I think we need to be a little bit more adventurous this week ourselves. One area that those missed tackles are seriously costing us this year is right on our line when our forwards are a bit fatigued and they throw a big fast man between our marker and our A defender, and we've conceded a couple of tries that way. We saw that happen the other week against the Tigers when Bunty was a little bit fatigued at A defender. We've got to get that sorted this week. Overall, our scrambling has been good on our line, but it's just about keeping that focus for 80 minutes. We can't switch off for even 30 seconds. We saw what Xavier Coates did to us last year. That's one area I'm really curious to see what our strategy is. Tane will pick you up against Xavier Coates. Massive height discrepancy there, and we know that Xavier Coates is an awesome target for a high kick. What do we do to defend that? Do we find a way to get Rocco to cover it? I hope we can. He's a -94 tall, so he can defend a kick, but do we have a good plan in place? And finally, a bit of a bold prediction. I picked the lineup that Webby would name yesterday, other than the 18th man where Tanner Boyd came in instead of Tamati Martin. But come Saturday, I have a sneaking suspicion that Bunty drops out altogether. I think we'll see Tanner Boyd or Tamati Martin go into the 14 role, and I think you'll see Jacob Laban come into 18 man. I don't think we need that extra pop on the bench now that Nelson Asafa Solomona's out. They've got a couple of utilities. I think that's one area that we need to step up and bring a bit more speed into the game. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Do we have a chance? What do you reckon the score will be? Can we get it done for the first time in 10 long years? Up the mighty New Zealand Warriors. Let's go get it.